Sabah everybody, welcome back to the channel, and I'm happy to say that the days of the boombox are back. This is the Motion Boom Plus from Soundcore, an outdoor speaker that features 80 watts worth of power, an IP67 rating. Not only that, a 13,000 milliampere battery to be able to charge up your device if you want to be able to, juice up your device at the same time. But at the end of the day, this is a Soundcore speaker. That means we're going to have a lot of beautiful bass. This is TK, and this is the 3 things I like about the Motion Boom Plus by Soundcore. Let's check it out. Like and subscribe, make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified to whenever we have new videos on the channel. And as far as the unboxing, this is a pretty straightforward unboxing. The speaker itself is already pre-assembled. We have a strap to be able to hold it over our shoulder, as well as a USB-C to C cable with an instruction manual. The overall experience is pretty much ready to go out of the box. All you have to do is charge up the speaker. It does take from 0 to 100% about 5.5 hours, although for me it did come with about a 50% battery charge. The biggest thing I'll probably start off by saying is, first and foremost, is the functionalities and the weight. What we get with this speaker, and the fact that it is actually pretty lightweight considering what we get with it, is actually pretty phenomenal. We have 80 watts worth of power. We have a very nice and very full bass that is truly enjoyed outdoors. You definitely can enjoy it inside. You can listen to it in the office or in a house, but the biggest difference that you're going to notice here is when you're outdoors, when we start pumping that music, and especially when you're wanting to have it more of a party environment. Now, because we have an IP67 rating, meaning this can take some water and keep on going. So we're going to share with you guys a few clips there as well. But the biggest thing that I'll probably say is, out of the actual box and experience here, is we're getting a very good, reliable experience from Soundcore. And this is the same company that puts out some of the best headphones, over-the-ear, in-ear headphones. We covered them not that long ago with the Space series. So I'm really very impressed with what we get here. So from a functionality standpoint, this already wins me over. It's not only portable, it's very lightweight, it's easy to connect and set up. There's an app, and we're going to get a chance to check that out on the actual phone. But the overall experience is pretty straightforward. Connect your music, and you have a couple of ways of doing that. You can either go ahead and connect directly through the interface in the back, or you can connect over Bluetooth, and that's going to be the best performance that you're going to be able to get on this. And as you can see there, we have a USB-C here. This is going to be the charging port, a USB-A to be able to use the 13,400 milliampere battery built into this device to charge up our other devices. So it uses a USB-A port. It is actually a 5 volt to 3 amp port, so you should be able to charge most of your devices pretty fast. Of course, we have a headphone jack input here for us to be able to get input from another source. Although for best performance, because of the IP67 rating that we get in here, you do definitely have to have this configuration, or this cover, flush and close so that the water doesn't get in there. So Motion Boom Plus, of course, Soundcore. And this is the back side of it, so you can see here, basically very nice, rigid. You can hold it and it doesn't slip. On the bottom, we have a couple of non-slip material, of course, some information at the bottom as well. And of course, on the front, we have the speakers, Soundcore, and of course at the top we have another place here where we have the word Soundcore itself, the control sitting on here, and of course we have the clips here that we're able to use with the strap that's provided in the package to be able to put this over our shoulder, hang it from anywhere, as I'm going to be showing you guys in the clip in a few minutes. I had that hang it in the backyard from my tree, so definitely a very nice configuration, and it does actually extend. As far as the actual buttons themselves and what we have pretty much a 3-button configuration in the center: play, pause, volume down, volume up. These two are going to be controlling the volume on your device, so just be aware this is not in addition to your smartphone. This is the volume that's going to be raised on from the smartphone, pushing the audio over Bluetooth. This is a Bluetooth configuration, or a Bluetooth pairing button. You click that once and it'll go into pairing mode. And this is basically an extra bass button if you'd like to turn it on. By default, it doesn't have it on, and if you want to have a little bit more oomph, more bass sounding coming out of it, although this is very, very good, you can definitely push this here and not have to worry about it. Last but not least, obviously power on and off, and this is a configuration button to allow it to run in paired mode, meaning if you purchase 2 of these and you want to be able to play them connected in stereo mode, basically, this is going to definitely work very, very nice for you guys, and it'll basically work with others, the other Soundcore configuration that we have. On the side here, we have the speaker, basically one of the woofers, and of course on the left, and the speakers and the tweeters are on the front. So the overall experience is very nice and very easy to configure. Now, there is an app that you need to install to be able to get the best performance out of this. So pretty straightforward. Download the Soundcore application on your Android or iOS device, and then from there, all you have to do is basically click the actual system, configure it. Now, by default, you have the access here to see how much battery percentage you have left, a picture of the speaker itself, a play and pause, and a volume level for the speaker. As you can see, it's a little over 50% right now. So you have the Soundcore signature profile, the voice, the custom, and of course the treble boost that you have built in here. And of course, you can go in there, customize, and create your own custom setting. The next thing, obviously, what we also have here is the ability of jumping into settings. From there, you can see the serial number, the firmware version on it, updating the firmware version, disconnecting it, and of course, a user manual in case you need it. You can customize the voice prompt as well as the 20-minute, basically, how long does it sit before it shuts itself down. By default, it's 20 minutes. Of course, you can change that to 5 minutes or even basically change it to the time that you find most helpful. But otherwise, it's pretty straightforward. Volume level, pretty easy to configure, and is, of course, configurable as well on the buttons that we have in here. And I'll say this, in both configurations or the both tests that I'm going to share with you guys right now, I never went to 100%. It actually was about 80% at the most, and for the most part indoors, you probably don't even want to go higher than 50%. The volume control on the actual unit itself does control the phone's volume control. So they're not independent. You're not able to raise the volume on your phone and then increase it again on the actual speaker. So just keep that in mind. If I control it on the speaker's front end interface, I'm controlling the same volume on my phone. So it's pretty straightforward. So we're going to do the first one in the living room, and then from there, we're going to go to the backyard, do a sample, and I'm going to share with you guys that clip again where we were shooting some water into it. But the overall experience is really definitely, well, let me know what you guys think. Listen in.
Jack it up. Jack it up.
Now, as you saw there, in both instances, the sound actually was pretty good. Obviously, outdoors, I needed to bump up the volume a little bit louder. And of course, this was playing our favorite song, Alex Grindo, Jumbo by NCS release. The biggest thing overall for me is that drop. Once that drop comes in and the bass just rumbles, it just is one of the more powerful experiences you can get. Now, because it's open and because you're outdoors, you're obviously going to be able to configure it to the room that you're in. I still don't recommend you using it at 100%. For some reason, at 100%, the sound doesn't sound as clear. The bass is very strong. If you do turn on the extra bass, it does technically overpower some of the other audio, although you can turn that off and again, customize the EQ. Now, as you're looking at there, my son was standing out there and he's able to basically throw this up in the air. This is literally one of the lighter systems in there. So when we're kind of customizing, or at least culminizing the things that I like, first is the functionality. What we're getting with this, the 80 watts, and of course the IP67 rating, and of course all in a very lightweight body. That's going to be one of the biggest thing. The second thing obviously is going to be the sound performance. This sounds really good. You can customize it with the app, and you can obviously get the bass level to the way you want it. You can either have extra bass or lower bass. It works really good. And again, if you pick up a couple, you're able to get them to run in stereo mode. And the last thing is, because this is designed to be for the outdoors, it can definitely get very loud. So from a sound experience, this can definitely be the life of the party wherever you are. At the beach, at the pool, camping, in the car, yeah, technically. At home, yes, for sure. But I feel like this definitely is made for the outdoors. It's rugged, it's easy to use. And again, seriously, lightweight for what it offers. I'm surprised they're able to do this much without building a lot of weight into it. So I want to say first and foremost, thank you to Soundcore for allowing me to check out the Motion Boom Plus. There is another version of this that's slightly smaller. I feel like this one is definitely that sweet spot. So it definitely provides us a good audio experience for not so much money, but also still gives us the customizations that we like to get from Soundcore with the app. And of course, the ability to update the software. So my hope is that you found this video helpful and the Motion Boom Plus appeals to your ears. Now, if you stayed with me to the end of the video, there is a promotion going on by Soundcore over at Amazon. I'll give you guys a link, of course, in the description below. So let me know in the comments, of course, if you decide to pick one up for yourself, and what do you think of the brand new Motion Boom Plus from Soundcore? This is not a headphone, this is not an earbud, this is a boombox. Well, an outdoor speaker. Party on.